Mitchell, known for her rigid enforcement of community regulations, lived 2 houses down from Carter. Her reputation preceded her. Residents called her HOA Karen behind her back due to her habit of issuing citations for minor infractions like untrimmed hedges or non-compliant mailbox colors. Carter had received notes from her about his recycling bin placement, which he addressed promptly to avoid conflict. However, trouble escalated when Mitchell began parking her white SUV in Carter's driveway without permission. The first incident occurred on a Saturday morning in June. Carter noticed Mitchell's SUV blocking his driveway as he prepared to take his children to soccer practice. He approached her politely, assuming it was a mistake, and asked her to move the vehicle. Mitchell claimed she needed the space temporarily for a delivery and promised to move it soon. Hours later, the SUV remained, forcing Carter to park on the street and miss practice. He left a note on her windshield requesting she refrain from using his driveway. Mitchell ignored it, and over the next month, she parked there 5 more times, each time offering excuses like visiting guests or limited street parking. Carter documented each occurrence, taking photos and noting times. He emailed the HOA board, including Mitchell, requesting intervention. The board, dominated by Mitchell's allies, responded that parking disputes were private matters. Frustrated, Carter researched local laws and learned he could have unauthorized vehicles towed from his property. He called a local towing company after the 6th incident, when Mitchell's SUV blocked his driveway overnight. The tow truck removed the vehicle, and Carter notified Mitchell via a certified letter, citing Maryland property laws. Mitchell confronted Carter the next day, accusing him of overreacting. She claimed her position on the HOA board entitled her to leniency and demanded he pay the $150 towing fee. Carter refused, presenting his documentation and warning her against further trespassing. Neighbors overheard the exchange, and word spread about the tow. Some supported Carter, while others, loyal to Mitchell, viewed him as confrontational. 2 weeks later, Mitchell parked in Carter's driveway again, this time during a neighborhood barbecue she hosted. Carter, attending the event to maintain goodwill, noticed her SUV and immediately called the towing company again. The second tow, costing Mitchell another $175, occurred while guests watched. Mitchell, furious, interrupted the barbecue to berate Carter publicly, accusing him of targeting her due to her HOA role. Carter calmly explained that he was protecting his property rights, showing attendees his photos and correspondence. The confrontation drew attention online when a neighbor posted about it on a community Facebook group. The post, detailing Mitchell's repeated violations and Carter's response, garnered hundreds of comments. Some residents praised Carter's restraint, while others criticized him for escalating the issue. The story reached local news outlets, which reported on the parking dispute as a case study in HOA overreach. Carter filed a formal complaint with the HOA, requesting Mitchell's removal from the board for abusing her authority. He included evidence of her parking violations and dismissive responses. The board, under pressure from growing community support for Carter, held an emergency meeting. Residents attended, many sharing their own grievances about Mitchell's heavy-handed tactics. By a narrow vote, Mitchell was removed from her position, replaced by a retiree who advocated for fairer enforcement. Mitchell faced financial consequences beyond towing fees. Her real estate business suffered as clients, aware of the controversy, chose other agents. She issued a public apology on the community forum, admitting her actions were inconsiderate but denying racial motives. Carter, skeptical of her sincerity, accepted the apology to de-escalate tensions but maintained distance. The incident prompted broader changes in Oakwood Estates. The HOA revised its bylaws to limit board members' authority and introduced mediation for disputes. Carter volunteered to join a new committee overseeing rule enforcement, ensuring transparency. He also hosted a neighborhood meeting to discuss property rights, inviting a local attorney to explain legal options for residents facing similar issues. Media coverage expanded, with articles in the Washington Post and Baltimore Sun highlighting the story's implications for HOA governance. Carter appeared on a local radio show, discussing how systemic issues, including racial bias, can manifest in everyday interactions. He emphasized his desire for harmony, noting that his actions aimed to protect his family's peace. Mitchell relocated to a nearby town 6 months later, selling her home at a loss. Her departure marked a turning point for the neighborhood, which became more collaborative. Carter's children, initially upset by the conflict, joined him in community activities, strengthening their bond. The family started a tradition of hosting block parties, fostering unity among residents. The towing incidents inspired other neighborhoods to scrutinize their HOAs. Online forums shared Carter's story, encouraging residents to document violations and assert their rights. Legal experts cited the case in discussions on property law, emphasizing the importance of clear boundaries. Carter's tech firm recognized his leadership, promoting him to a senior role. He used his platform to mentor young professionals from underrepresented groups, sharing lessons from the ordeal. His children excelled in school, with the elder starting a debate club focused on social justice. The HOA implemented annual training on implicit bias, funded by a grant Carter secured through his firm. Residents reported fewer disputes, and the community newsletter highlighted positive initiatives. Carter's driveway remained clear, a small but symbolic victory. Mitchell, reflecting on her actions, enrolled in diversity workshops, though she avoided public roles. She reached out to Carter once, offering to cover the towing fees, which he declined, preferring to move forward. Neighbors noted a quieter, more respectful atmosphere in her absence. The story's impact reached academic circles, with sociology professors using it to teach about microaggressions and power dynamics. Carter contributed to these discussions, guest lecturing at a local university. His insights shaped curricula on community governance. Social media continued to reference the incident, with hashtags like #DrivewayJustice trending briefly. Carter maintained a low profile online, focusing on real-world change. He partnered with a nonprofit to provide free legal clinics for homeowners facing HOA disputes. The neighborhood's annual picnic, once tense, became a celebration of unity. Carter's family led games, and residents shared stories of progress. The HOA board, now diverse, prioritized resident input, reducing complaints significantly. Carter's firm launched a community outreach program, inspired by his experience. He trained employees on conflict resolution, drawing parallels to his dispute with Mitchell. The program gained national recognition, adopted by other companies. The children, now teenagers, advocated for inclusive policies at school. Their father's example inspired their activism, with a younger child writing an essay on the incident that won a statewide contest. Mitchell's former allies on the HOA board apologized to Carter, admitting they had enabled her behavior. They supported the new bylaws, ensuring accountability. The neighborhood's reputation improved, attracting families seeking fairness. Legal reforms followed, with Maryland lawmakers proposing stricter HOA regulations. Carter testified at hearings, sharing his story to advocate for homeowner protections. The proposed laws gained bipartisan support, citing Oakwood Estates as a catalyst. Carter's home became a gathering place for neighbors, hosting book clubs and workshops. His children's friends admired his resolve, often seeking his advice. The family's resilience strengthened their community ties. The incident's anniversary prompted reflective articles in local papers. Carter declined most interviews, letting his actions speak. He donated to a scholarship fund for single parents, honoring his own journey. Mitchell's career stabilized in a new city, focusing on commercial real estate. She avoided HOA involvement, learning from her past. Carter, informed of her progress, expressed hope for her growth.